Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then they paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. In this lesson, let us try to learn about the URL parameters. And for that, let's go back to our Postman over here. And let's go to our, okay, so I have already created one collection which is of the Express basic. You can also go and just click on this particular plus the icon over here, create a new collection. And we will be using a blank collection, and then you can just go and give a name for that particular collection. And I have already created that particular collection, so let's just go and remove this one from here. Let me delete it from here, and now we only have the Express basic, and I have one the get request over here. And next I will just go and add some more request over here. You can just go and add a request over here, and let's go and make this one as a get as well. And our server is running on this particular let's just copy this particular endpoint from here, or the URL, and then we'll paste it over here. And after this particular task, we want to pass in some URL parameters over here. Let's say we just want to pass in the ID of the 12, and what we can do is we can just go and send over here. So now we can see that it cannot find that particular the route, right? So it cannot get that particular route over here. So what we need to do is we'll go back over here. And since our server is already using the node mon over here, it should restart automatically. So I'll just copy this one from here, and I'll go and paste it below over here. And now I need to get that particular prompts over here, and I'll just use the let's say that will be of the ID over here. And once I have that particular ID, what I will do is I'll just go and rest of the response, and then the success over here. And for now, just give the result each of the one, and tags each of the, let's say I will just pass in the empty string, or let's say a demo for now. And what we'll do is we'll also log that particular let's go and log it over here, and that will be of the request of the prompts, so we can see that particular prompts that we are passing in from here. So now let's go back and run this one from here, and now you can see that we got that particular URL, or we were able to find that particular route, and it was able to return us this particular response back from the server with the status code of 200 over here. And if you go back to our console over here, you can see that this particular log over here, which is of ID each of the 12. So from here you can see that we got that particular ID each of the 12. And similarly we can also pass in some more, let's say that will be of the ID, and let's say we got some distance or something. So let's say we'll just pass in the DST destination or something over here, and I'll just go and pass some more over here. And that will be of, let's say destination will be of the let's say Merrick over here, and I'll just go and send that one again. And now you can see, now we can get the ID, and then the second one was the Merrick over here. And you can similarly pass some more over here. Let's say I just go and pass in this some more, let's say the Darjeeling over here. And if I go and send this one, you can see that we can't find that particular route, because if you go back over here, you will see that we have this particular route, but we don't have, our prompts has two over here, one is of ID and one is of the destination. And if you go back here, we are passing one more extra, the parameters over here, and that's going to cause the error to not found that particular URL over here. So what we need to do is we need to add this one over here, and that will be of something like, let's say, destination, and then I'll just go and then say this is of the place over here as the prompts over here. And I will try to go and send the request again. Now we are successful. And what we can also do is we can also make this one as the optional parameter. So the route, you don't have to actually pass all of those. So let's say we have this particular route, and you only want to make this one the required prompts, but rest of those two should be of the optional. So let us see how we can achieve that one over here. So for that, what we'll do is let's just go and make this one as the optional by providing the question mark over here. You should be familiar, if you are coming from some programming background, you should be a little familiar this the question mark over here, right? It basically resembles the null or something, right? So here we are saying that this can be of the null, right? So let's just go and say this can be also of the null. So both of these are now the optional parameter over here. And now I can just go and send the request. It is still working. I can just go and delete this two from here, and I can just pass in the one, and if I go and say it is still working, right? So you can see that these two are undefined, right? These two are undefined, and the only thing that we are passing currently is of the ID over here. So that should be the one that we should know, how we can pass in the URL parameters and how we can set the optional URL parameters as well over here. And from here, now let us go and filter it out, this particular task that we have, and let us try to send the response back to the API request over here. So let's go back over here and let's try to extract that one. So const, and I'll just go and set the ID over here. So that will be of the request.the prompts.the ID, because that is what we are passing, right? So I guess it is somewhere here. Okay, so I can't find that, but it should be there, right? So here, so this is the ID that we have, and we are extracting that one over here. So I can just go and remove for this one for now. And now once we have the ID, we can go and find from our, let's say, this will be of the const of the tags, which is of equals to the tags that we have, and I'll just go and find the tags dot the ID is of equals to the ID that we are getting from the prompts, right? And once we got that particular tags, we are going to return that particular tags from here. And let's go back to here and let's try to send that particular request. So currently we are receiving the empty object over here as a data, because this particular ID is not there. So I'll just go and send the one. It should find some. Okay, so it can't find that one. So let's just go and see if we are able to find that one over here. For that, let us try to log it over here. Sorry, I'll just make use of the log over here, and let's try to pass in this particular tags over here. Let's try to see if we are able to find some tags over here. Let's try to go and run this one, and we should see that it is undefined. So okay, so this is not, I guess, what we have over here. So it is the correct one. It should be able to find that one over here. So this is the tags that we need to actually find over here. Tags dot the find over here, and find from the tux. Let's just go and run this one, tux, tux, and then we pass in the tux.id each of equals to the id over here, and that should actually work over here. But we are actually finding a tux as empty or the undefined over here. It may be because of this particular id that we are passing each of the string type, and this one always gets the type each as the string. So if I go and take a look over here, currently it is of the type each of the string, and this particular type each of the id, so that doesn't match over here. So we need to convert that to of the id that we are receiving as the prompt should be of the integer type. So what I can do is I'll just go and multiply it by the 1. So once in the JavaScript, if you have the string and then the string and then you multiply it by the 1, it should be converted to the number over here, as you can see. Or you can also use the parse int function over here and just pass in this particular over here, and let's just go and remove it from here as well. And we should also now get this one as the number type over here. So let's just go and return from here, and now you can see it's working over here. So we are getting that particular I and the tux over here. So this should be of the tux, or we can also remove this one from here, that is of the ES6. We can if the type, if the key and the value is of the same, the naming is same, we can just pass in just the one which is of this particular tux that we have. And otherwise, if you want to keep a different name over here, once you receive the response, it will be of the tux as well. So if you go and take a look over here, this will be of the tux. But if you want to give a different name, then you can have to pass in the key and then the value over there. But here we are just going to make it as a tux over here, and that should be the one. So now we are always getting the response back, and if I just go and pass in some id that doesn't exist, we should get an empty response back from here. And that should be the one, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. In this lesson, let us try to see how we can make use of the post request over here. So from here, from the postman, we want to pass in the post request over here. And let us try to save this particular the request that we have, and we'll just say a tux over here, because this is just returning a single tux. And I'll just go and save that one over here, and let's go and add the one new request over here, and that will be of the post over here, because we want to send some data to the server. And I'll just copy this particular URL from here, and I'll just go and paste it over here. It will be of the tux over here, and the type that we are HTTP type that we are passing each of the post over here. And we need to pass in some body over here. And let's just go to the raw, and from the raw we are going to pass in the JSON format over here. And let's go back to here, and what we'll do is we'll copy this particular response. Let's copy this particular tux from here, and I'll just go and add it over here. So let's just go and paste that one over here, and that should be the one. So let's just try to rearrange this one, and this will be we need to pass in the double code over here. Let's just go and pass in the double code. This we don't want to pass in the id over here. And here we okay, so we just have to remove this, and we just have to pass in the double code over here. And let's try to pass in the double code as well for the value, and a reminder will be of the false, that will be of the type of the boolean over here. And now if I try to send this particular request, you can see it cannot find that particular route over here because we haven't created that particular post route. So let's go over here, and what we'll do is I'll just copy let's just copy this one from here, and let's go down over here, and I'm going to convert this get to the of the post, because that is what we are getting. And now we have the request, and this is of the response over here. And for now, let's just go and remove the result. And for the data, I'm just going to pass in the let's say done. From here, the task will be of the done. And now if I try to go and send this one, you can see that we are receiving the done, which means that it was able to find that particular the route over here. So what we need to do is we need to grab the body over here. So let's go and let's try to log that particular body that we are getting. That will be of the request dot the body over here. And let's try to see what we are receiving in our body. So for that, let's just go and send the request over here, and you can see that it is getting undefined. So why we are getting this particular request or the body undefined is by default the Express doesn't have the way to get this particular body. So we need to add some kind of the middleware over here that will help us to grab that particular body or get the request or the body. So let's go on to the top over here, and we need to add that one middleware. And don't worry about the middleware, and later we will see more details about the middleware. But for now, we just want to grab what we have sent from here as a body, which is of the body as we are sending. We just want to grab that particular body. So let's go back over here, and let's go on to the top over here. Let's go over here, I guess, after this particular, once we have created the app. And I'll just go and say app.the-use. We have to use the express.the-JSON over here. So this is going to help us to grab that particular request data that we are passing in over here in the body. So we want to grab this one, and by default the Express doesn't have a provide a way to grab this one, or it doesn't grab automatically. What we need to do is we need to use a middleware to grab that particular the body over there, and that for that we need to use a middleware express.the-JSON over here. So app.use. So we are want to use some kind of the middleware over here, and the middleware is of the express.the-JSON over here. And for now, don't worry about the middleware and all of this stuff. We will be covering on the later stage, but for now, let's just go down over here, and let's go to this particular request.the-body, and whatever we are passing in the body, now we should be able to grab that one. And now you can see that we got that one, which is of this the data that we are passing in over here. So what we need to do next is we need to grab that and add it back to our this particular task over here. So let's just go and add that one to our the particular list over here, and let us return back the response over here. So for that, first of all, let's just go and create one ID. So the new ID, because the ID is the one that we are not passing over here. So that will be of the, let's say, our tasks that we currently have. So this is the list of the tasks. Dot the length, we can grab the length, and I'll just grab the add the one to our length. So this currently has the 1 2 3 4. The length is of the 4, and I'll just add the one more, which will be of the 5. So let's just create that the ID will be of the 5 over here, and I'll just go and create the new task over here, and then the new task will pass in the first the ID, and then the request.the-body. So I'll use the spread operator and add in whatever the request.the-body that we are passing. So we are passing the text, day, and then the reminder, and we are just going to add that to our object over here. And now we created a new task object, and what we need to do is we need to just push that one to be task.the-push. So since this is an array, we can just push that to our new task to our array over here, and then we'll just go and return the task over here, or you can just go and say this is task is of the task or in the ES6, you can just pass in the tasks over here. And now if you go back and send that particular request, you can see that we got all of the data that we are passing in, and that is over here. So this is what we are passing in over here. And even if I go and say this is something of the new, right? So let's just go and say this is of the shopping over here, and then the day of the, let's say, of the 6th and something, and we'll just go and send that request, and it should be over here, right? So we got that one over here. So now we can add the multiple one over here. So that's cool. And let's just go and save this one. This is of the add, or we'll just say a create tasks over here, and I'll just go and save this one over here, and that will be of the post request. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.